Good afternoon, everyone. You can do better than that. Good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here. Dr. Brainerd, thank you so much. Thank you, Brian, for that kind introduction. As it was mentioned, I'm Michael Smith. I have the privilege of leading AmeriCorps, the federal agency for volunteering, service, and civic engagement. I tell folks I have the best job in the federal government. Sorry to my federal colleagues. But the reason why I believe I have the best job in the federal government is while many people in cities like DC are wondering, what's the state of our democracy? There's polarization. People are in their own echo chambers. And I tell those folks, all you have to do is travel with me for 1 week. Come and see the 200,000 AmeriCorps members and AmeriCorps senior volunteers who don't care what color hat you're wearing. But in the toughest times, whether it's a hurricane, a fire, a flood, economic challenges, they want to look outward and make a difference for their neighbors' children, believing in that idea that my children are my neighbors' children are my children. They are all of our children. And so I'm excited that we get to tap into that local power of service, that unique American spirit of wanting to give back to make a difference on these issues that are so important today. So I'm thrilled to be here today to talk a little bit more about this exciting new announcement that was previewed, which is going to build on the Biden-Harris administration's focus on supporting coal mining communities, Energy Communities AmeriCorps. This innovative public-private partnership is going to invest about $8 million. I think Dr. Brainerd said billion, and some of you might have been thinking, those are expensive AmeriCorps members. So it's about an $8 million partnership. But I believe maybe we're a profit, and so one day we will get this to be an $8 billion partnership, but it'll invest about $8 million from federal agencies and foundations to help ensure a more just and prosperous future for the men and women from coal mining communities who helped fuel our nation's growth. For more than 250 years, I don't have to tell this group that coal has powered America. Fueling the Industrial Revolution and building our nation's prosperity. Coal mining is a difficult and dangerous job, and coal miners deserve our respect, our gratitude, and our support. And so Energy Communities AmeriCorps is going to place 150 full-time AmeriCorps VISTA members in 9 federally designated energy communities over the next 3 years. And we're going to do that to help develop and implement locally designed economic development, workforce readiness, and environmental remediation plans. This project is built on a simple premise. Our country's greatest natural resource isn't oil, it isn't coal, it isn't gas, it is the ingenuity and the can-do spirit of the American people who come together to help others when times are tough. And for 30 years, AmeriCorps members have demonstrated that spirit by empowering people in forgotten neighborhoods and underserved communities like the one that I grew up in to have a brighter future. An Energy Community AmeriCorps, like the Working Lands Climate Corps and AmeriCorps NCCC Forest Corps, which we launched this year, this is another example of the creative partnerships that we are building as a part of American Climate Corps that will mark a new era of youth-powered climate action in America. And what makes me so excited about this is if you spend time talking to the next generation, to the Gen Zs, they talk a lot about this idea of climate anxiety. And so I will tell any Gen Z person, you've got climate anxiety, I want to give you some climate action. I've got something that you can do today to make a difference on these issues that you care about in your community that will then also help your future as well. We've all heard that African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In this case, our partners are helping us go further, faster. And our energy communities in our country are going to be stronger as a result. So I want to thank Brian Anderson, I want to thank Briggs White, I want to thank their team at the Energy Communities Interagency Working Group for working with us for the past year to turn this brilliant idea into a bold reality. And for those of you who have spent any time working with the federal government, the fact that we were able to pull this off in a year and then get ready to we have people actually signing up already is pretty impressive, and that is due to this incredible group. I also want to thank the folks at the Office of Surface Mining and Reclamation Enforcement at the Department of Interior. the Economic Development Administration at Commerce, the Appalachian Regional Commission, and our friends at Bloomberg Philanthropies, who all pooled resources to make this possible. These partners aren't just providing funding, they are sharing their expertise, their resources, and their time to ensure that this project delivers on its vital mission. And it's also wonderful that we're not creating something that's going to go top down from Washington, but these partners and the folks that we are working on are making sure that we are building from grassroots up. So Energy Community AmeriCorps members will serve with Conservation Legacy, a long-standing AmeriCorps partner with extensive experience working in coal communities. Conservation Legacy is now working to identify nonprofits, economic development districts, and local governments in the 9 energy communities that I mentioned that can serve as host sites for VISTA members for the next 3 years. There is no cost, so if you're thinking about this, or if you know folks who are thinking about this, there is no cost to be a host site, and VISTA members will add significant capacity to your organization. And so if you're interested in serving in a host site, you can come. We have an AmeriCorps Conservation Legacy table outside, and we've got a couple great leaders from Conservation Legacy, Amy Sovakal, and who is the CEO, and Project Director April Elkins-Badke. So can you all stand up so they can see you? You should find them if you want to talk about becoming one of our host sites, and thank you for your work. So the community impact of Energy Communities AmeriCorps will be significant. However, this investment will also have to be a powerful impact on the VISTA members, which we're excited about. So for VISTA members, in case you're wondering, AmeriCorps VISTA members, they get a living allowance. And for this program, the minimum living allowance is going to be $15.51 an hour. And that's important, right? Service is important. You should serve your country, but you also got to keep food in your belly and a roof over your head. And so this will be the first time that we actually have an AmeriCorps VISTA program where the minimum living allowance is $15 an hour. So we're happy that there will be a life-sustaining wage for these VISTA members. They'll get a Siegel Education Award so that they can pay for post-secondary education or pay off student loans, and that's about $7,400. They'll get health insurance, they'll get relocation expenses, and they'll get student loan forbearance, and they're going to get career boosters like non-competitive eligibility for federal service. So after your AmeriCorps service, you have a pathway to a good-paying federal job, and then we'll get extensive training and professional development. So Conservation Legacy is going to prioritize the recruitment of displaced energy workers. So that's the wonderful thing about AmeriCorps. We talk about this idea that people closest to the pain should be closest to the power. So we're going to have proximate individuals that have gone through this challenge who will serve as AmeriCorps members to do this incredibly important work. So recruitment is open now. I encourage you to visit acc.gov. You can view opportunities there, and please share this with someone you know who is considering the next steps in their professional journey. Gandhi said, if you want to find yourself, lose yourself in service to others. So please help us, help folks find themselves, and in turn, do an incredibly important work for our energy communities and our country. Thank you so much.